Firm, ready to answer your legal questions. I'm told we have another caller on the line from Titus. What's your question?
Yes, I have some property in Titus, and the property next to me, a girl and her brother owned the property. Well, they had to put her brother in a nursing home, and so under the table they made out a deed to some people and sold it to them where they wouldn't have to turn it over to the nursing home. I don't even think these people are legal. They sold it to. Would you know who to contact to get them to check that out?
Typically, I would defer to the previous guest as our retired district attorney. So the district attorney's office in your county, your city, would probably be the first call. But just to give you some backstory, the nursing home or the government entity, they get a look back period. So you're spot on that if that happens, a lot of people trying to avoid having to pay what the nursing care might cost, because if they got rid of any property or any money, any income, they could say, well, now the government should pay for it. Most senior facilities are aware of that. People try to make that maneuver, and they have the government gives them a window of time they can go look back to see if they tried to make that move where they sold the property out of their name, transferred a deed, whatever it might be, and that probably would get sniffed out by somebody. But the district attorney's office, because that's a criminal matter, not a civil matter, but that'd be a first place I'd call to try to sort that out. But that happens a lot. But that's not the first time people have seen that in that industry. So hope that helps you.
Now, you said this is a criminal matter. I know a lot of people complain about nuisances in their neighborhoods or with their neighbors specifically.
Yep.
Do those fall under criminal as well, or does it depend?
It depends, and that's a proper word, because like most things in the law, it depends is probably the legal advice I give out the most. I need more information, that kind of thing. So yeah, the nuisance part from neighbors or in the neighborhood, whether it be noise,
dogs
pollution,
barking.
Whatever it is, it could be criminal, but it could also be civil. It could arise to that level depending on how it affected the other neighbor. If some damage was done to a fence or to some property, kind of listen to that guy, the guy from Titus talking about his question. When it's property, it depends on what happened. If there's a damage to it, did it break a fence? Did a tree fall? Whatever it might have happened, and that tends to go to the answer of it depends. What happened? How was the person damaged? Because in our civil legal system, the area that I practice law in, it's based on damages. How was somebody damaged? Who damaged? Who caused the damage?
And who's responsible?
Who's responsible for it? That's exactly right, Jasmine.
We have a caller on the line from Montgomery. What's your question? Hey, what's your question?
Yes, I was talking about caregivers. How can you go about, do they get paid to see about caregivers?
Do caregivers get paid?
They should. And I would say if they're not, I would not be doing it unless you're doing it out of love for a family or a friend or somebody.
Are there circumstances, though, if you're taking care of a family member that you could get a stipend, family members could get a stipend to help take care of them in their own home?
They could. That's more of an employment situation, and okay. I don't know the ins and outs of, I know it happens.
Yes.
And I know that people that maybe, don't have a job and they do this on the side, and it's kind of a side business or an extra paying job because it's cash. I know a lot of families try to find somebody like that to pay to sit with an elder
in their neighborhood
parent,
or a family friend.
So yeah, I'm not real sure of the specific question or where she's going with that question, but yeah, they should get paid and they could get paid. If they don't, I'm just kind of going down that trail. I mean, if the question is, hey, they're supposed to be getting paid, they weren't getting paid, yes, that's a contract. They should have been paid you. If you did the work, somebody should pay you. If they're trying not to pay you for whatever reason, they're obligated to, and that could be a case that you should look into, because again, that could be a breach of contract, which gets into the civil area that I practice in. I don't do contract work, although sometimes we end up doing some because an insurance policy is a contract, and the work we do sometimes revolves into that. So if we didn't get that question quite right, happy to talk to you after we get off the air to see if we can help you better. But yeah, they should be getting paid.
If they weren't able to reach us here, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, it's as easy as dialing 3 for me, 333-3333, or go to thevancelawfirm.com and leave us a message. We'll be glad to meet with you, talk with you, answer your questions.
Or WSFA.com. We answered one of our viewer questions earlier from an online submission. So if you can't call in right at 11 o'clock, submit your question there. We will get to it next week. Stewart, as always, thanks so much for joining us here in Alabama
absolutely.
Live. We appreciate it.